What if everything we've been taught about war is outdated? Not wrong, just incomplete. We're told it's about land, power, resources. But maybe, just maybe, modern wars are less about borders and more about your focus. Welcome to Curious Minds. Today, we ask a dangerous question. What if today's conflicts aren't being fought for land, but for attention? Not just your attention, everyone's. Global audiences, eyeballs, algorithms. Let's be clear, this isn't to deny that wars kill, that they displace, that they traumatize. But below that brutal surface, something new is happening. A deeper, invisible war. A war for narrative, for mental bandwidth. Look at the headlines. War in Ukraine, tension in Taiwan, Gaza, Red Sea, Iran, North Korea. It feels like everything's on fire. But step back and ask, what do all these events do to your attention span? They overwhelm it, hijack it, force you to scroll, click, panic, to care, or to numb out. Either way, your awareness becomes the battlefield, your emotion becomes the weapon. In the 20th century, wars were about territory. Maps changed, borders redrawn. But today, a viral image can shift opinion faster than any tank. A hashtag can do more damage than a missile if it hits the right audience. Governments know this. Intelligence agencies know this. Tech companies, definitely. The modern battlefield includes Twitter, TikTok, Telegram. It's not just boots on the ground, it's bots in your feed. This isn't theory, it's already happening. From fake videos to deepfakes, from emotionally engineered headlines to live-streamed airstrikes. War is now content. And attention, it's currency. Whoever controls it wins, not just militarily, but culturally, economically, ideologically. That's why nations now invest in information dominance, because controlling the story is controlling the war. Take a look at history. During the Cold War, radio waves carried ideology. Today, memes do. They travel faster, stick harder, and they're nearly impossible to regulate. We used to measure military strength in tanks and missiles. Now, it's followers, engagement, the reach of a viral post. Leaders don't just need armies, they need media teams. Think about that. When a missile hits a hospital, it's horrific. But when footage of it trends online, that's when the war escalates. Public outrage becomes a global force, sometimes stronger than any army. That's why war footage is edited like movie trailers. That's why governments use dramatic music, subtitles, filters. It's not just about documenting reality, it's about framing it. And if you think you're immune, think again. Your feed is curated, your reaction is predicted, your outrage is calculated. Algorithms don't care about truth, they care about time on screen. Here's the scary part. We've built a system where being shocking pays more than being right, where emotion beats context, where engagement is more important than accuracy. So what does this mean for us? It means that every time we click, we vote. Every share is a signal, every retweet is a bullet, not always in the metaphorical sense. Some say we're in the age of hybrid warfare, cyber attacks, info ops, psychological operations. But what if it's even simpler than that? What if the real war is for your time? That's why distraction is strategy. Flood your feed with 100 micro-conflicts and you'll stop caring about any of them. Numbness is a defense mechanism, but also a kind of surrender. And this is not just nation-states. Corporations, influencers, political factions all use the language and tools of conflict. Crisis gets clicks. Conflict drives growth. Attention monetized. So how do we fight back? Not with weapons, but with awareness, by learning to slow down, to question, to resist the reflex to react, to look for context, not just content. This isn't easy. The system is designed to keep you locked in, scared, angry, addicted, but that's the battlefield now. The fight isn't just out there, it's in here, in your mind. The truth is, wars are still about power. But in the 21st century, the seat of power has moved from geography to psychology, from oil fields to feeds. Because the most valuable territory today isn't land, it's belief, it's narrative, it's the story people tell and retell. If you can control that, you don't need to conquer anything else. So the next time you hear about a war, ask not just who's fighting, ask who's watching, who benefits from your outrage, who profits from your fear. Because if wars are really about attention, then we're not just spectators, we're participants, and maybe even the prize. Thanks for watching Curious Minds. If this episode made you think differently, tell us how. Leave a comment, subscribe, and share it with someone who thinks war only happens on the battlefield. And remember, open your mind and stay curious.